Just amusing myself, guys. Right, but anyway, basically we've got a little bit of a wind at the moment, which is taking us from the south over to right across, cutting across to the north, or south westerly, sorry, I should say. So what I found with Albert Park Lake is that there's so much weed. I've really only been able to use one of my shoreline, and Wilson bring these out. It's basically a suspended lure, so you'll cast it out there and you can let it just sit there until you're ready to retrieve. Wind it in slowly, it starts diving. If you give it a nice jerk, I find it gets a nice good quick dive. So nice quick jerk, nice quick dive, and then you're deeper again, and then as soon as you stop winding, like anything that's suspended, it will just float up to the surface, and then you can work it down again. And that's the only thing I've been able to use. I've used a few different styles of these in a couple of different sort of colours. This one's a real darker bodied one. I've used one with a bit of red under the belly as well, just to work all around this structure around the island, because the weed that is around most of this lake is incredible. You know, there's a few patches like where I'm at the moment. There's a few patches that it's not, but otherwise it's a killer. So I'll put this away and I'll show you what else I'm fishing with. I'm also fishing with, let's have a look here. Behind me I have a rod out, which we can't see, but it's on a little old-fashioned white and red bobber style float, where you just wrap your line around it. And the reason I've done that, I use it in quite a lot of lakes, is because I can obviously have another rod fishing on its own that has some the dropper on it is very minimal. It's like not even 500, 400 around there, I found, because it gets caught up in the weed as well. So when I'm just paddling around, that follows me. And it's got some what are these, Berkeley gulp earthworms. So these are scented worms. And I've also had on, when I'm moving, one of these Berkeley, I don't know what these ones are. Someone will have to tell me. They're in the packet there, but it'd be just some type of little bait shad, whatever it is. So soft plastic with a little bit of blue flicker pearl through it and under the belly. So they're good too. I've had no success with anything so far. And all I've seen out here is one carp. But I'm ready to take on the east side of the island now. Then I've seen a couple of spots out in the centre of the island where I want to work, which I'll probably just anchor up and try some of that. So I'll throw out the anchor and have a crack at that and see if I can drop some stuff to the floor, because at the moment everything is suspended because of all those weeds, and you know, there's not much you can do about that. But anyway, I'm floating back towards home, so I've got to paddle back and, you know, get on to the next bit. Right, well, we've just paddled down all the way to the end of this lake, and still got a lure at the back that I'm trolling, but I've stopped fishing for now, so I'm just getting my exercise in, which is the whole reason I take the kayak out, just to slow things down. In the boat, I mean, you get to see everything that's beautiful, but in the kayak, it's slowed down beauty. And, you know, what can I say? There you go, guys. Day at Albert Park, and I've just come into shore. I ended up going to the first place I started where I saw that massive carp and just paddled around for a little bit trying to find him. And I did see him. And by the time I tried to turn the kayak around and bring the reel in, which was out on the float, and cast into him, gone as usual. But that's not what really, the end of the story, I should say. That's not the end of the story. You would not believe what happened. As I was coming back towards this side where I've dropped the kayak in, the kayak launching area, I've found some more weed banks, and I thought, oh look, you know, I'll film that on the GoPro because I haven't got any of that today, and I love looking at the kayak cut through the weeds. Anyway, I packed up my rod with the little worms on it and the ball float and put my extra hook and safety gear onto it so that, you know, nothing happens when I hop out, when I get out of the kayak, because that can be a bit tricky at times. And so a carp came, I could hear this noise behind me, and a carp comes swimming up. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. A carp came swimming up right next to me on the left side of the kayak, stuck its head out of the water, proceeded to go around to the front part of the kayak, went underneath the kayak. You could hear it banging around. You could probably hear that on the GoPro. You'll be able to hear it. It actually goes right under the kayak. Then it comes out on the right hand side, so I get to see it. Again, it sticks its head out of the water, about a quarter of the way out of the water, and it wasn't as big as the other carp that I was chasing a bit earlier, right? But I've never seen this before. I've seen carp, you know, get out of the water and stuff, but it actually looked at me twice, both on the left side, at the front, sorry, 3 times, and on the right side. It just stared straight at me, and I'm still freaked out by it, actually. I can't believe it. Then it just danced around the boat on the left side a bit and took off to my left. So I thought, that's it. Quickly grabbed the rod. Of course, the rod's all clipped up. By the time I undo that, get in a cast, I can't see the carp anymore. Hunted around for it for a few seconds, but what an amazing day.